Hey, Facebook Live. I'm Angel Amoroso, and I'm back with episode 16 of Fuck You, MICK Foley. And we are going to pick up where we left off. Not exactly sure what happened there. And I don't think I'm going to wait for people to join in. You guys could just join in. We're ready to get back into the Rob Feinstein expose, and then we'll get into a few wrestling matches that are going to take place as these VTards continue to harass me and my family. Sean Rattray has joined us back. We are going to get right back into episode 16 where we left off, and hopefully this time we won't get cut off. So let's just go back to the video on Angel Amoroso Versus and continue to pick up where we left off. So here we go.
I get school, I get naked. I am sitting in school naked. The lights are on, music's on, get heated. I try to get up to the pool, and I don't want to come to school. So then when I decide to get up, I stop right up and I go, give me a towel, why not better towel around, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, where are we going to go sleep? He goes, oh, go upstairs. And he takes me upstairs, and I'm like, whose room is that? He goes, oh, that's my roommate over there, right? Okay. And so we get in his bed, and, we started kissing and stuff, and then, a little further, and I'm like, trying to find out why. Because usually, Jim Kelly is Bill, I just start kissing him, and he has an accident in his pants, So I'm wondering why this launch for me, since 12 years, is lost. And he doesn't drink, he didn't do anything that night. He couldn't blame it on alcohol.
Because he wasn't on any cough syrup? He wasn't drinking any cough syrup?
No, nothing like that. And, I wasn't blowing, but after the lip thing, I was thinking to myself, and when he asked us, I think he was probably gay. So I said, listen, you gotta get a condom, okay? And you gotta get a hard to get a condom. Come on, shut up. I'm really working it up. But then he pulls out, the only condom he had in the drawer was some, different condom that's black. And I guess it was an extra large. He kept trying to put it on, and he got semi-hard on, and it kept falling off his penis. So basically, we ended up not having sex at all. I woke up the next day and he took me to the train station. So after that, I told a couple of people the stories, and then me and Christy missed, but then he started fooling around with Christy Miss, porn star.
Right.
And that made me, I'm like, thank God I never screwed him, right?
Right.
Then she's the one that told me there was something weird that him and his roommate acted like a husband and wife the way they talked to each other. And he told me the reason why they broke up is because Christy was into doing a lot of cocaine and stuff like that. So I don't know if they ever screwed around either. Or I don't know, maybe they did a three-way. Who knows? Christy, I don't really ask about what she does. It's not on film, but in her personal life, because it's just about the same. So I kept calling him when he did that little gimmick with the wings, like the fairy gimmick. I was like, that is so pussy because you're gay. And I call him gay boy all the time. He talks about the black condoms and how he couldn't get it up.
Right.
So then he kept, we're talking, I only did that one time. And he went on at least 12 different internet shows saying how I was obsessed, or how it was the worst sex he ever had in his life. First off, I was probably the only woman he ever came close to having sex with. And he probably doesn't even know what having sex with what a woman's like. Even though he showed me a couple pornos of him doing this one Chinese girl from behind. But she wasn't putting him over. She had her glasses on. She was just kind of like, because I think maybe that was a hooker. I don't know.
The girl who
And
owns
another girl.
this
While he's doing
material.
her from behind, he's in the camera doing thumbs up and a gimmick.
Someone should ask Missy Hyatt if she knows VTard.
Thing on him. And I'm like, God, they're friggin' 3 days late and $1 short on that one. I mean, had a roommate that was, what, 17 years old?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
Years old. I think that's like called not sexual battery, but sexual deviancy.
Yeah, something like that. And plus, you got to be careful. Also,
it's called not child molestation, but it's called endangering a child. It could be child molestation too.
what about like statutory
Very
rape?
good, Missy.
Propositioning the minor, because some of the emails was, I want to F you really bad, and when I get a hold of you, ooh, it's going to be so good. So that is solicitation to have sex with a minor.
And my favorite is when you go around and you're like, you know, guys, I think if you actually knew me, it was fine. No. Nobody wants to know you.
Now we gotta
You know
sit
why?
through his
Because you're
his
a creepy
lines being read that he rehearsed so hard. I didn't realize that the first half of the video was the volume was turned down, which is probably safe for me because I don't want to get in trouble over using it.
Why does he look like
This
the
isn't an
missing
issue
member
between
that
me and
nobody
Rob,
can try to find? Coming up
although
in
he
here
made it
with
one.
Malcolm Middle looking ass trying to seduce Jimmy Neutron. Fuck out of here. That shit.
Look at that
You look like
obvious
the type
red
of guy
line. Like, that's why you're wearing glasses, so that you could read your lines. And that doesn't even do you any help. You still don't read your lines
You
good.
look like vintage Michael Cole.
Go rehearse some more.
Shelling out brands and endorsements. You're trying to diddle kids. But I mean, just because you have the mindset of a child doesn't mean that it's all right to try to pursue a relationship with one. I know the phrase goes pick on someone your own size, but Robbie, you were talking about your height size, not your size size. You look like the type of guy that I make videos about.
This was Rob when he was a teenager. We all hung around the same group of people, the Wrestling Radio fan club, and that's how Rob has a lot of these pictures. We have a lot of the same pictures.
I mean, that's like a 1 in a million. How does that happen, right? Man, the world must really be against you, Rob. ROH, fate, everything plays against you. You were a victim. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. You know, we're not giving up. We've all put too much into somebody right now to give up because of something that has nothing to do with Ring of Honor, and the individual involved is no longer with Ring of Honor anymore in any way, shape, or form, or our video for that matter. They took that is the Rob Feinstein NBC.
I wonder if VTard owns this footage.
Everything's been reported as such. What still has been the overall? Are you pleased with this quite prediction, should I say, about the coverage and the progression and the how the media have basically handled the situation? Well, I mean, it's just a terrible situation, and there's nothing pleasing or good that can come out of it. So we're just handling it the best that we can right now. Rob is no longer with either Ring of Honor or our video. We got the legal papers today. We're going to make them public this week, so people will see that he is indeed gone from both companies and not benefiting from either company or any way, shape, or form. And people just have to be assured that none of their money is going to him. And if they are, I believe that they'll come back and support us. But it's just a matter of people understanding that he is no longer associated or benefiting from either company anymore. Are you still friends? How did you actually find out about the whole situation? He called me Wednesday morning.
Hey, look at that picture.
About
I have
half
to
an
see
hour
the
before I was even supposed to wake up.
And here we go again with this ad thing.
I knew I had an hour.
They're really kidding with this, huh? We're not sitting through ads. We're already sitting through this.
He had something to tell me. I asked him what. He said I can't discuss it over the phone. Just come into the office. So I basically jumped out of bed, hopped in my car. I knew no one died because he would have told me that over the phone. And I knew it was really bad. And I knew nothing would ever be the same. And I got to the office, and he basically told me what happened. And a lot of the guys have come out, and like Mojo, Chris Daniels, CM Punk, Dan Moff, Loke. I mean, they've come right out and said we believe in this project. We've given a lot to Ring of Honor. We're not about to give up on it, but we don't want Rob involved at all. And if he is, we're not gonna be around.
I would call you scum, but then I feel like I would be mislabeling so many hardworking scumbags out there. And with the rise of the internet, Robbie, you'll only find more trouble to get into and less places to run and hide when it's all said and done. Like, right before I decided to record this video, Robbie decided to contact me upon hearing through the grapevine
And here we
that
go
I was
again
making this video.
for the same
What did he
story
do?
again. Again with this.
Whatever you plan on doing, I hope you make a lot of money from it, because if you use my name, likeness, or anything else in a negative fashion, I will sue you. Just a friendly warning.
He already said it in his own
Cute
voice,
text,
by the way.
but I'm very well educated on the law and what is and isn't legal. Can you say the same? I guess you will find out. Hey, Robbie, it's not slander if it's true, sweetums, and you don't want to play games with me, because I'm not a 13-year-old boy.
Did you notice how that message didn't send?
What any smart man would do, and he threatened
See
legal
the little
action.
blue arrows?
And let me be honest with you,
Send.
it does not shock me that this man does not understand the law, being that he was on fucking To Catch a Predator. Wow, Rob, it really shocks me that you wouldn't understand the law. With everything that we've said here today, you seem like a perfectly reasonable gentleman. And Rob, by the way, if you want to threaten me again, make sure it's not idle next time. Next time, actually have some legitimacy to it. See, now the thing about slander, Robbie, is, and I know that you're going to have a hard time with this one, but it's not slander if it's true. Yeah.
Oh, you need to learn the definition.
I guess that would
Ah.
mean there's two things that you can do: nothing and get over. Oh, and most importantly, and hey, if I can, just not even legal, but just from like one guy to another. All right, if I could just give you a little piece of advice, play me out, Frank Reynolds. We do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids.
Does retard own this
It's
show?
kind of strange that a guy who runs scathing shoot interviews is trying to silence me. Really makes you think of how fucking stupid this is. And first off, a big thank you to Rob Feinstein. You made this video so easy to make. Your
Feinstein.
videos are easy to
By the
find,
way.
and your stupidity is really out there to exploit. So I want to thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the content. I mean, really, I can't thank you enough. You know, you get a bad rap, but you're a good dude. You're a good dude. I can tell. You're a good guy. Except for you know, the little child fucking. That you could do without. It'd be better if you tried not doing that. And now that I've really said and thought this over, I can't help but wonder if the one person who told you about all this,
Here it
the
comes.
person who went out of their way to alert you to the fact that I was making this video, I can't help but wonder if their name rhymes with Angel Amoroso. You see, because it's really funny, because she always talks about you in you know, your good qualities. She always said good things about you. She said that she was friendly with you and whatnot. It might not be her. Probably is. She was one of the few people who probably is. Might not be, though. I will admit that. Might not be. But I find it really weird, her friendship with you, considering that she seems to be so against pedophilia, when meanwhile, you were on record for trying to solicit a 14-year-old. It's weird. It's almost like there's logic there that doesn't add up, but I know that wouldn't be the case with you guys. You guys are pretty sound for the logic aspect of life. You guys got things locked down. Well said.
It's like a person who defends pedophiles and then also,
don't forget to like and
for
subscribe.
some reason, defends them.
Rob Feinstein.
Defends them. I don't know. He's for them. He's against them. He just does stories about them to get attention, seems like. Oh, 80 comments. Oh, are we going to go there right now? Okay, Spider Zero said, "Goddamn, another pedo busted." As if this is a new story, by the way. This story was out a long time ago, and no one ever touched it. And V only touched it because he, wanted to be spiteful to me in some way. V says, Peter Buster's coming soon to a YouTube screen near you. Dan M says, Feinstein almost ruined ROH single-handedly. Thank goodness for Carrie Silkin for saving the company. It's probably Carrie Silkin, right? Sure. Joseph Johnson said, Dan M, too bad he didn't. We would have had the bullshit that's going on now in WWE today. Matt F said, say what you want about Missy, but have to respect her, honestly. She just cuts to the chase, I'm sure he meant. Master Acknowledge says, and Matt F, on God, you gotta respect how upfront she is. Yeah, respect how upfront Missy is. Missy's never been anything but upfront. Sonny Muffin says, I'm not saying I dislike Rob Feinstein, but if he was to get hit by a bus, I would be driving it. Okay. V says, I'm not saying that I endorse what you're saying, but I will say that I will testify in your favor. Nathan Russo says, Sonny Muffins, I never laughed so hard in months. Serrano Crimson says, Sonny Muffins, that made me laugh out loud. Holy shit. Daniel Tinker says, I can't do it with the Rick and Morty voiceovers. Just can't. And I agree with that. Brandon Roberts says, hey, you want to have slurp sex Morty? Oh, gee, Rick, I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Old Samuel Tape Trader Rick. S Ninja says, you're welcome. Oh, God. When you said build a rocket to get off Pedophile Island, I legit almost cried laughing. This is because these people don't get enough comedy in their life. Apu says, Rob was never convicted, but neither was O.J. Simpson. Doesn't mean O.J. didn't do it. LOL. Rat Rod Ron says, Rob has that resting predator face. And Base says, the man looks like he's made for an orange jumpsuit. Tony Elliott says, I'm against pedophiles as long as they're high profile. I can get money and they're not actually pedophiles. But that Feinstein fella, he's a good egg. Danger Zone Production says Michael Jackson was never convicted either. Mr. Jacobs says, give them hell, V. Unless they're Mick Foley. Grungo Fungi says, also RF, video shoots are a perfect example of how little integrity wrestlers have. Anything for a paycheck. They're people telling their story for money. That's such an unheard concept with you YouTubers. And 9284 says, a Jew pedophile? Damn. Not my words. Ken 9284's words. A Jew pedophile? Damn. Wyatt Mann says, IKR, I don't know what that means. That has to be the first instance of that happening in the world. Just a tad racist there, buddy. Matt Killam says, those Rick and Morty impressions are spot on. Mongolian Chop says, I was in a private chat with people who knew him at the time, including a few wrestlers. I won't name names. And they all mentioned how creepy and weird he is in real life, including a story involving a black condom and a pool. Then just 2 to 3 hours later, this story breaks. Yeah, well, I know a story about a girl who took a shit in his pool, but you don't see me friggin' talking about it. Rich Affinito says, Mongolian Chop, why wouldn't you name names? It's YouTube. None of us are going to harass them. Of course, because I did to YouTube. Why would you harass people? I'm willing to bet you made it up. This was in 2004-ish, and I don't think I can even remember them aside one person who is losing out long out of the industry. Excuse me. One is a ref for now. I'll go as far as that, Phil Alfonso. Blackheart says, why use a great and beautiful thing, Rick and Morty, for such terrible human beings? I would have to agree with that because it adds to the hilarity that this moron's trying in vain to explain himself, the moron being Feinstein. Rat Rob Ron said, how did he get RF video back? I'm assuming MV will answer this. Money makes people awful forgetful.
Now, V's answering that like he knows the details of the story, and he's, just answering questions here. Andrew Kruzesi, whatever, says, man, I'm mad that I bought his videos back in the day. Yeah, I bet you still have them, though. Andrew Kramer is a dickhead and says, well done, sir. This guy's always got, like, something to say, snide about me. Bill Blast says, what are your memories of? Well, obviously, their memories don't go back too far to remember that this is an old fucking story. The king of pop culture says RF was never gone from ROH or RF video. He was a silent partner after the incident. Gabe and Rob were friends, which I know is true. Carrie Silken was the person who hated Rob. That statement that was made, the fans would never support ROH knowing he was still involved, was the biggest lie. He was still involved, and they never fired him from RF video. It's now 2018, and he puts on conventions at the old ECW arena with half of the stars that said would never work for him again, including his last one in January that he had Missy Hyatt on. And those run right, like, not too far from where I am. The landmine lieutenant says, bruh, you look like a bootleg bounty hunter. Brandon Roberts says, Rob Feinstein, the Kevin Spacey of wrestling. Old Samuel says, the joke that wrestling is gay. Well, it's true, and more than one promoter asks favors from wrestlers. Whoever this guy is, he needs a fucking smack in the mouth. Social Injustice Warrior says, hashtag not all wrestling promoters. Like he knows any wrestling promoters to even know whether or not that comment is true. Trench Digger 59XZY says, oh, Sammy, seriously, that's warped and fucked. But everything on here seems to be. So what comes as a surprise there? Serrano Crimson says, well, RF Video used to have some kick-ass shoot interviews back in the day. The early 2000s ruled. Sidebar, during a shoot with Raven, he brought up a supposed three-way with porn star Christy Miss, so I guess in his mind that turned him gay. Okay. James Fabiano says, Rob was nice to me, but can be a jerk ass on top of everything else. He blocked my friend for saying Kevin Von Erich looked really old at his HOF years back, that he's another who will turn a blind eye to his pro wrestling buddies who were also abusive to fans. Mike N says, I wondered what happened to Smangel, referring to me, because now Vtard has everyone believing that I went to Rob to tell him that B was making a video about him. Andrew says, Missy is brutal. Mr. Self-Destruct says, I wonder what happened to the guy. Love the videos. Sierra Townsend said, did you just Rick and Morty for me? Yeah, he did. Just to put himself over and make himself a video. Mm-hmm. Cody Hunter says, you're the neo-Nazi Chris Hansen. And he says, just bald. I never had any of the Nazi party. I don't know. And then Watson's Funhouse says, damn you, Schmangel. Another one who believes a made-up lie. A lie. Alexander whatever says, somebody with a surname that ends with Stein was accused of being a perverted scumbag. Blown High Spot says, love your stuff. So obviously they got bad taste. Rich Dinito says, awesome video. Tons of information. I didn't know about this situation before your contact. I'm sure there's probably one of these fake accounts that he makes to put himself over. Tyler Houston, Rick and more. Okay. Gons14 says, it always amazes me. No one ever calls Rob out. I'll pretend you said you're 18 Feinstein on pedo bus, even in interviews that are not RF videos. Grungo Fungi says, from personal experience, Rob is a creep big time. Ask Jim Kentner, who is also a creep. He used to sell other people tapes as his own show. I remember getting a tape that was recorded over an extended play about 10 times. Easy, Eric Kelly from CCW was his butt buddy. Now this Grungo Fungi just called Eric Gargiulo Rob Feinstein's butt buddy, insinuating that Eric Gargiulo, is gay when Eric is married with now I believe on his third child. So fucking shame on you, asshole. Thorne Johnson says, yeah, the reason why Rob Feinstein never got arrested is because he's a member of the wrestling Illuminati. Pedophiles like Rob, Kevin Spacey, and Jimmy Savile cover and protect each other because all these are Freemasons. These guys have connections like Jimmy Savile being friends with the royal family. Well, okay, Cybercast says, is this the reason why Angel's bumps and post credit announcements are censored or completely omitted currently? Well, they're actually not omitted currently. As I said, they were just omitted like a month ago. He just altered them to make my voice sound worse and to make me look like an asshole. Joseph Burns said, I didn't like his shoots much after this and stopped watching and listening to all his videos altogether. Travis McDonald said, whenever a wrestler passes away, Feinstein wastes no time shilling interviews or any other piece of merchandise associated with them ASAP. Allegedly, he forged Roddy Piper's signature on some posters after his death. Yeah, well, we already went over that in the video. People believe everything they hear. Mike Perry says, and wrestlers still do interviews with the guy. Shame how most of the wrestling industry have no morals if they can make $1. Well, within the 80 comments that were made here, maybe one of them should try to take a look at these morals and how he's trying to come off as some kind of Chris Hansen character, that he's so against pedophiles. And in the meantime, because I came out with my story, he went ahead and gang stalked me and my family, as you can see right here. You know, we're going to hit this list right here to just see if any other videos come up that I can review the comments of before I get into the next video. We just going to close that out there. And you know what? Sorry about this. It's not technical difficulties. It's just my kind of difficulties. Or when you have to wait like this. I'm just trying to get back to a video here. I'm going to lower this so that we don't have to listen to this friggin' nonsense. And we're going to get back to the video, Angel versus Foley Director's Cut. Because I wanted to get to the comments under that video, since we just put Rob Feinstein through it. I just will play one of my own videos, get back to the topic at hand like we're supposed to be doing. So here we go again. Be patient with me while I move through this bullshit list of slander. Be patient. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it.
The copies carried, by the way, is good.
And again, it said 7,000 views on it, so not too shabby there, Rob. You know what? Instead of going to the comments section, I'm just going to go to this next video. The Angel Amoroso saga continues. I'm going to pause this right here on this unknown prostitute and see. Okay, the Angel Amoroso saga continues, and something about some Ren person. I don't know, but let's take it to about 5 minutes or so. Let's see what we can do with this.
So glad I got this done before I aired it here. Gives me more time to play with the chat. If anyone wants
Can't hear it?
That's Brian Danovich here there. He's dead now.
I got it, Balance. The name for the show is AAA, Affirmative Action Balance.
Now we can see Chris Banks on the screen and Black Friend Alan. I don't call him that, they do. And this girl here that decided from weeks before to now to, for some reason, dye her hair blue. And put her opinion in. She's some stripper from somewhere, I don't know, webcam, whatever.
Dude, they charge too much for massage.
Well, that's because you're asking for happy endings.
That's getting just
Hey, you call it what you want.
Right? That's some respect for the art. I really thought I wouldn't have to tell that to you. All right, so here's a video that Patrick put up. Maybe this will help lead us into what we're going to be talking about.
I guess he thinks he owns this
A
too.
recent book signing in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, a woman named Angel Amoroso accused children's author, professional wrestler, and rape counselor Mick Foley of sexually abusing her in 1990 when she was a 15-year-old child. Also alleges that not only Mick Foley, but other professional wrestling associates sexually abused her as a child from 1988 at age 12 until the 90s. This accusation from a statement made in 1994 by Paul Heyman. She inadvertently admits that him and his professional wrestling associates sexually abused Angel as a child. I know God what I am. That little crap that you're running around with, I'll tell you straight out to your face. It's a number one groupie in the history of professional wrestling. They will tell you straight to your face that they was just on a streetwalker instead of hooker wrestling in space.
Polly dangerously, everybody.
Yes. Oh, it's something that's great. It's live. Wow. WWE Mick Foley, the Rape and Incest National Network, and Paul Heyman have yet to make a comment.
So they've been going around. So wait, hold on. Vinny, do you think we're going to see Foley's bookstore appearance on the next season of Holy Foley? I just want to know.
Yeah, no, I don't. Somehow I don't think it's going to be. Maybe not. Maybe not. But basically, she's been accusing a lot of people of this for a very long time. I gave her a platform over here on the channel to say what she needed to say, say what she had to say about the situation. Overnight, because I didn't share a hashtag, I stand with Angel Amoroso, basically was meant to condemn this guy and all these wrestlers for doing what she alleges that they did without her having any real proof of that, unfortunately, which, mind you, I understand in cases there's not always proof, let alone, over the years, but I personally can't condemn somebody without knowing what's going on.
I just don't
I
why take it so long for this to happen when he's I understand that victims, because unfortunately I was victim of sexual assault when I was 18.
Yeah.
And they don't want to come forward, they don't want to deal with it, but why would you wait so long and conveniently when all these stories are coming to light? And a lot of these people are getting payouts to tell stories like this. It's just, to me, it just looks a little bit, I don't know.
It's a lack waiting for you, bitch.
The person that you're seeing in the video was actually the former co-host here. She was also, you know, somebody who had like a lot of time here, had a lot of time to like give her platform and whatnot. She talked whatever she needed to talk. She brought it up incessantly, continually, all the time. Against all of her will.
Oh, really? But I thought this was the first time I mentioned it.
I and we've talked about this a lot. I understand. Like, everyone has their own. Nobody has a clock of when they should like say what happened to them. Everyone is their own thing and stuff. But
except for me.
In most stories
it's been
where
too long. I should just shut up.
when they like, you know, this comes out, they normally, you know, confront their accuser, or they make the accusation.
What do you think you're
and
watching?
Well, yes, they do pursue it. They also live their life.
Yeah.
It feels like she's made this her entire new, like, just life now to go after
They've
every
made it
single
their
person
lives. Is what
who
they
she is
did.
claiming did all these things.
The bigger problem is that it goes beyond her. Is that it's her own dealing, but now she's fucking more people into it. You know, her husband, her daughter, that kid who looked like a fucking raccoon. All of them are like sucked into this vortex of fucking madness. It's like going down a rabbit hole. Like they said in the comments, it's like going further and further down the rabbit hole. So,
Get out of it and stay out of it.
absolutely.
That's all.
Nobody invited you in my hole. Who said that?
According to her, she was 15. But
I said I was 15 in 1994.
Also, here's the thing: is that I know victims, and they, for the most part, like remember every detail, like to a fault about what happened. Her story changed 4 to 5 times.
No, you changed my story.
She was 12, and then it was that she was 13, and then it was that she was 15, and then it was that she was 12 to 15. And then it was like, oh, you know, it was a consensual relationship. I was too young, so it was that. But then, like, now it's like, oh, he forced me. You don't change the story that many times if it was an actual event.
He changed the story.
Not to be a dick.
His friends changed the story.
Like I said last time,
What you're hearing right now was what made the story change.
And not only that, like I said before, earlier this year, the gentleman that was on last time with the fucking movie theater voice, I forgot his name.
Chris Notarelli?
No, not the gentleman earlier today. The last time he spoke of this situation, that he was pulling up the facts as he was speaking about it. And just earlier this year, she was posting pictures how much she loved Jim Cornette, how much she loved Eddie Gilbert.
I never said I loved anyone.
How much she loved this person, that person. And then a few months later, now you're accusing them of all these things. Like, but I think, like
I was posting facts.
I think what happened was she kept posting, I love this person, I love that person, I love this person. And her husband felt jealous some kind of way. And now it's like, oh, you love them? Like, no, I don't love them. They fucking raped me. So all of a sudden, her husband pushed the issue. And to make him happy, now all of a sudden, instead of her loving them, now she hates them and wants to accuse them of these things.
Another story made up by Chris Banks.
He's her hype man, pretty much.
Did you hear it?
He's the one that's putting more out there than her.
So when you read it, you know where it came from.
I think it's because a lot of these
Bitch, nobody cares what the fuck you think.
say it like that because it's all alleged to this point. Like it's been said so far, there's not a lot of evidence. I think newspaper, especially like.
But you don't know this story. You don't know the history, and you're listening to a bunch of idiots tell you lies. So shut the fuck up, cunt.
Bro, you want lies just for a few headlines, probably like maybe 50,000 loyal someone. Like.
Go put your eyelashes on.
It's a chance to be relevant. It's a chance of fame. It's a chance at maybe a payout. I know a lot of people have been talking about that. I think Don Tony was a. Yeah, go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
First thing I want to say, you always say this. I have nothing disparaging to say about Angel. She was on the show my first appearance on the list. And the thing that is perplexing to me is that you've been nothing but good. This young lady was giving the rest of us a platform to be on these shows and promote the allegation that she's getting the notoriety again, and as you said more than one time, becoming more relevant. Now, the thing that Don Tony had said that I have to agree with is he had talked about the groupies when they're in their teens and early 20s are very enticing and everybody wants them around and the girls love that attention. But when they're in their 30s and 40s and up there even more, not so much. And then, feelings get hurt and maybe certain things start to change and then all of a sudden they want to be back with attention switched on them. And, any form of abuse or anything I'm totally against. But I just don't understand, like, Billy had said, or you guys had said something about how she was praising all these people and saying how great they were at a particular time. And now all of a sudden, anybody that's something that you're going to go praise them or say anything great about them, they're always going to have resentment, maybe hatred and anger towards them. I have nothing against Angel. I just find the whole situation bizarre to me.
Well, you know what? I that's mostly true, but like in the same sense, I was in a situation with somebody who I was intimate with, and
Here's his bullshit story.
I wouldn't say they necessarily like raped me as I'm the one with the dick and whatnot, but like
Let us
I
all
did have a
become
knife
victims
held
right about
and
now.
it was not.
He wants to feel relevant in the situation,
I
so
did
he
not.
can call
Did not
himself a victim now.
I definitely did.
And by the way, I haven't wrestled since 2004, and I have not been around a wrestling crowd, so they can make up all the stories they want. People know what they know.
But when a female does it, it's like, oh, it's okay.
No,
It's not that it's okay. No, I
Like, so now their story is that I'm an old rat that's still around the business, but no wrestlers want me anymore. So I got my feelings hurt and made up these accusations to get everyone in trouble. That's their new lie now. I mean, I'm playing it so that you can hear it. So I hope that you're hearing it.
It just keeps getting better.
Hey, I get paid to wear those fancy Speedos, okay?
Yeah. No, he's not fucking.
Now the
he doesn't walk
stripper
around like that.
fetish
He's slutty
model
for money,
wants to
right?
make comments that she doesn't know
I gotta dish
anything
out some
about
kind of green every time I see him,
wrestling
one way or
or
another.
this situation, and she needs to shut her fucking cunt hole.
Close it, bitch.
I got stripper dust all over my face right now.
It'll make you sick. Keep it up. You'll get sicker.
Love litter.
That's from the freaking Christmas tree. That's right now. If I become sparkly and stuff.
So he couldn't give me money from Patreon, but he could pay a webcam hooker to chime in on this conversation.
I don't know why Chris Banks
to try to angle me.
his voice is so low. Probably because none of them know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh, so I'm not gonna have a Christmas tree this year because like my sister's going out of town, so my mom's like, "Man, what the hell we need a Christmas tree for?"
Wait, hold on. Black people celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, I thought you celebrate Kwanzaa.
No, those are Africans.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
I wanted to be Jewish this year, but I can't find my dream.
I thought you needed a menorah.
Fucking ignorant son of a
I
bitch.
like Manila.
No, menorah. It's like the like lamp.
Oh, I had my Jew cap somewhere. I don't know where it's at though.
Jew cap? Jew black.
Let it play out.
Shalom. Yeah, smell a bit of ugly.
Share this. All right, so
There can speak Hebrew.
So this is supposed to be the Angel Amoroso saga continues.
So I was some really fine artwork.
Okay.
From
As you
Angel's
can
fan.
see, it says
you can't see.
Sammy Draven.
Is that a chicken walking
I'm
Sammy
apparently
Draven.
speaking about Mick Foley in high regards. And getting off to it.
And this is what he's making a show out
Wait,
of.
hold on. Over here, I am apparently me and Mick Foley are two dog toys, and we are fucking.
This had nothing to do with me.
That's
He put it up in my group. I didn't take it down.
You know, I'm a little bit
I
upset.
don't censor
You know,
people.
I would like to think that if I was gay, I could do a lot better than Mick Foley. No offense,
I'm a little bit upset because I think if that was to happen, you would be the pillow fight, not Mick Foley.
No, definitely not. They got it right there. I was actually going to compliment them on at least getting me right at the top. I appreciate it. We got some of that.
Well, maybe you know this beat. You made it. People are actually taking your face and putting it on stuff.
People are photoshopping dicks on my face. I've made it. Here I come.
I doubt if they're
Right
just
there,
Photoshop, by the way.
there. You know, okay, I have a question with this. Do you think I'm like, am I stroking myself off, or am I stroking somebody off by my face in that picture? I'm because like if
He should
I
go
mean, if I'm
ask his
stroking
new
myself off, that's
bestie,
quite a compliment,
Samir.
'cause my dick's up to my shoulders, but
Since he's the one
it's like
who did
pencil
it.
thin, so I'm kind of sad.
Sammy Draven did this to him,
Yeah, definitely need more.
and
girth
as you've
there.
seen in the last videos, I read their comments, and they're all best friends now.
Over here we have apparently I make videos humiliating people, so I would think that
He's
would
the
be an
bread, the sandwich, and the
Lisa.
spread. Anything you need.
All right, so over here, and this is why these videos were sent to
Bread,
me,
the
and this is
meat,
why this
and
whole
the
thing was
spread.
sent to me, I should say. Last night, or a few nights ago, apparently Patrick Wall's Angel's husband went on a live stream, and because he doesn't know how to live stream from his own phone or whatnot, he
just got his own
from his
YouTube
phone or a different
with
laptop.
hundreds of videos on it, but he
another
doesn't know
laptop
how to
that
stream,
played my
right?
video.
Okay.
And then him and his wife watched and commented in the comment section.
New World Order of the Time at YouTube, by the way. If you'd like to go to my husband's YouTube account and see just how many videos he actually has.
She didn't want it no more.
Hundreds.
Because they're
She wanted it in the first place.
Because they're insane. Because they're fucking loony, dude. Because here's the thing. All of this right here is her talking to herself. That's first off.
And it wasn't me
secondly,
talking to myself.
The
It was
video
me
that
talking
they
to
were watching
Samir.
was the video
And now
in
the
which, like,
comments are
Angel's on the
deleted.
channel insulting me. The video that I wrote for her, like I gave her
With
that
your
fucking
shitty
script,
lines. Yeah.
and she's like complimenting herself, patting herself on the back as if like, oh, I sure told him.
So the
What a
comment there
fucking
where it
idiot.
says, hugest mole ever. Never trust strangers. These are my lines. I'm a fucktard because I read your stupid lines.
She's a puppet.
That's the wrong thing. That's sexual harassment.
Hugest mole
Well,
ever.
no, I metaphorically
He
speaking.
wrote that line, did he?
I see that every day.
I would not.
So I can see that every day.
I would not.
So he wrote the line, I couldn't because he's not and never could
Right,
be
also
a wrestler.
Look, just
So
for
he
the
wrote
record,
that
we
for
don't
me
need-
to write on my
we don't
Facebook.
dislike me.
Doesn't matter.
Why should get more
I
interesting?
find it funny, by the way. This is hilarious to me. And the more that they do this shit, the more I'm gonna broadcast it.
I
It's
didn't do
fucking
this.
funny.
Samir did this.
I
didn't
like
do
to
this.
jerk off to picture of Mick Foley. That's, you know what? That's actually funny because that's actually close to what I was thinking. I was really thinking.
And it's
I
not
like to
too
jerk off
funny
to pictures
because
of people.
Samir does not know how to speak English very good, and he doesn't know how to spell or speak.
Imagine
So
They've
something
gone so
always
long.
ends up looking
I have
really
a
stupid.
Another Tootsie Roll
Yeah,
pop down.
Stupid.
You know, this is actually factual. Not many people know this, but I suffer from a really
Well,
rare disease
it's nice that he could
causes
admit
me to have a really
that.
exceptionally small penis. And you know,
Yes.
I'm really upset about that. That hurts me.
a little dick with a long stroke.
What was that about?
Again, this guy is making a stream, and this is the Angel Amoroso saga, but he's showing posts
What it says?
that
I have a really
Sammy Draven made.
I have a really tiny. That's what it says.
That I don't know. I guess he learned how to work.
Well, as a matter of fact, let me say it a
some
little
kind
bit
of
louder so I
program
want to
or
make sure that
Photoshop.
everybody here. I have a really tiny dick. Is that good?
Not a good Photoshop, but
Did I make it clear? Or is it a little bit louder?
apparently I have a shrimp dick or a pig dick.
I mean,
In the next comments, you'll see Peter Sisko saying, I support Mick Foley and Angel Amoroso.
I don't think they have a turtle.
I thought was one of the nicest comments out of thousands and
That's not
thousands that I
normal.
got
This
under
stream is not normal. None of the people in
this
here
was
are
in
normal.
response to Christopher Stevens being
I don't think anybody would say yes to this. if they
trying
were
to come on
fucking-
my group talking
Over
like he's
here,
not talking about
we
me
actually
behind
have
my
Chris
back with
Stevens,
me.
who is a frequent watcher of the show, and also a friend of Angel's through the
Not at
show.
all.
And he goes, not cool. He's looking at both sides, and me and Angel are friends. And at this point, I think we actually were still talking
Not at all.
when Sammy
Check the
was
date.
making all these
November
very...
21st.
Oh, by the way, top
Check
notch,
the date.
beautiful Photoshop jobs. Seriously, look
We were
into
still
look
friends.
into computers.
Seriously?
And
Anything
he's
right
whether
now.
or not he supports Mick Foley, and that's also not
And
true.
it was being done to
could-
him
I
because he
could
was
give a
harassing us so
fuck
bad.
less about
I have
Mick
nothing
Foley.
to do
Mick
with
Foley
it.
ain't did nothing for me. So fuck Mick Foley. But the thing is, I'm not going to condemn a dude unless I know all the fucking facts, and I don't. There's nothing. There's more factual information that goes against these claims than there are that are for them. So I cannot condemn them.
For those who
So I can't
For those who
condemn Mick
remember,
Foley, but I'll condemn
put the-
Angel.
really put the battery in Angel's back.
I put the what?
Really put the battery in Angel's back. Just for
I did not. All I said to her is, I said, if what you say on it is true, all this bullshit is true, then fucking say something to somebody about it. I never said go outside his fucking book signing and stalk him.
I know you did it, but you really got worked up when I say that. That's the whole reason why I say that.
Because I don't want to ties to that fucking psycho bitch. That's not on me. That's on her. That's on her and her failed therapists. Not that there's anything wrong with having a
can't deal
therapist, guys.
with
I should know. I have
guys
several.
this
Oh,
age
you know what? I
like
just noticed I have a
25, 26
I
years
just
old.
noticed my
Like,
What?
how immature.
This whole time I thought I was just
is
looking at a
this?
magazine with Mick Foley, but no, I'm sitting there shrugging.
It's like it's
down.
not only harassing and trolling, but it's
Regular.
immature. Like it's childish.
And it's
this is
Mick Foley Photoshop
What
on
grade
Catwoman's
schoolers
body.
do.
And you know, again, Sammy, you're
I don't
close,
think-
but it
I don't
would have
think
been
they're
Harley
even this
Quinn.
immature.
They should have made it better. They should have at least added battery ass.
They. Like
No,
it took more than one person.
That would have.
They should have.
That would have.
They keep saying they, as if I had anything to do with any of this stupidity. Because if it would have been me making the post, would have thought
putting out sexual misconduct in wrestling. Why would the man like put validation on what you're saying? Like no one else is talking about it. They've already narrowed it down with that.
again, he's saying no one else is talking about it.
Contradiction about this whole thing, which is her husband.
I'm going to show you some videos.
Also, wait, hold on. Let's acknowledge the dicks on my face. Let's acknowledge the dicks on
In
my
the next stream, we're going to go over those videos.
I feel like they
So
add
you can see actually all the other people that were talking about this story.
especially with
While
her
he
and
was
the
leading
beat, that dick
everyone to
probably
believe
looks like
that he
it belongs
was
on my
the
face.
only
I'll give you
one
that.
covering it.
But you know what? I would like to think that once again, you know, I would get bigger dicks than that if I was gay. Maybe it's just me, but I just like to think that I'd be able to charm a few cocks in my day. That's all. That's all
I don't know. And this was Samir supposed to be.
Also,
He was
it's
so
really fucked up that all those
obsessed.
dicks were white. How about some diversity, right?
He was so obsessed with harassing V
What's wrong with
at a point, and that this is what he did, drawing dicks on his face and everything. I didn't stop him from doing it. I really didn't care either way.
There should have been more colored dicks.
He should have did it good at least. I agree, but I didn't care that he was harassing him. But then all of a sudden he made up these stories
We need,
that I
like affirmative action for
betrayed
dicks on my
him, and
face.
then he ran off to this group of people. And as you can see in past videos and messages, start talking shit about me and my family, so that he could try to gain friends for himself.
Apparently,
Sorry, I'm trying to talk over these people so that you won't hear anything that's insignificant.
I am a heterosexual man, and I can calmly say that is
So
not
if you're
true.
friends with Sammy Draven,
You are the big black cock.
unfriend me because I don't want to be bothered with you.
Out of everyone in this room, there's only one person. was not in my family. So I'm very calm in hearing somebody's.
Okay, well, now we're back to talking about his dick for some reason. That he's obsessed with sending everyone pictures
I'm looking
of
at the people that are in this room.
people that don't
Is it
ask,
Danovich?
people that don't want to say
I'm not
it,
saying anybody.
very intrusive messages.
Yeah, no, Danovich has seen my dick a bunch of times.
No,
The show at the time, right? You seen your dick all the time.
Silence. It's always the best thing to have on a
Like, hold up, I
podcast,
didn't know it was that.
live stream,
This is what it tells
whatever.
being a fan of the show.
Like, I was not. I was told this would not come up when I came on the show.
I mean,
Talk about it.
you saw the pictures. He's actually living drawing SIJW on their boobs.
Wow, so you heard what the past few shows were about, and look what this has evolved to. Just listen
This
to
is
this.
done by one broken butterfly, and she's a fucking awesome person. With very well endowed, awesome person. I think we can all agree to that.
I'm trying to like
Just
figure
bring
out
that
how I can
Here it is.
fast forward
This is
this
a
a
photo
little bit.
right next to the picture of me with cum seed
Yeah,
in my beard.
I don't know
Which
who's.
is not a good look on it. And you know, again, that also
I
upsets
don't
me.
know
If
what
I was
that
gay,
is. Not me.
Still, I would be much more cleansed. Like I would be more hygienic. I wouldn't walk
Here we are.
outside
Back to the
with
pictures
semen
again.
in my beard. You know, I fucking wash that shit out like a pro. Like a fucking gentleman. How dare you?
Hey, he should be used to washing cum out of his beard.
The jizz that was left in my
What offends you
beard,
more?
sure. You know, call me gay. Say that I could take a different way. You know? Yeah, exactly. Don't question my hygiene, all right?
My hygiene don't fuck with.
Yeah. You know, that's something you don't fucking call a man out for, all right? And you know what? If I could take a dick, then I would get fucking shit, all right? Because those things are hard as fuck.
There's balls that can take a beat.
All right, so like I was saying, wow, we got distracted talking about dicks.
My neck is killing me.
As usual. Ryan Danovich, Chris Banks, they all get in a room. You bring a dick up, and they all get distracted for like 20 to 30 minutes. But they're all straight. Mm-hmm.
Even though there's a girl in the room, by the way. They're talking about a dick.
She just said, I said, yeah, I would have sent me a cocktail. She corrected me as a shrimp shot. That's fucked up.
You know, saying Chris Banks is sending the stripper girl pictures of his dick, and she's calling it a shrimp. Do we need to know this?
No.
She threw you off.
Yeah.
Yo, it happens to a lot of men. But anyway, so as I was saying, from now on, I'm actually going to be including anybody who puts the SIJW brand over their chest in our upcoming videos.
This,
And
by the way, was my
We
idea.
don't discriminate here, okay? Moves accepted, all right? Yeah, that's right.
Moves? What's moves?
Really?
Glad to see that people contributed to the idea.
Well, yeah, it doesn't.
People that could actually fit the letters on their boobs.
How do you different? Which is out of moves? Like, that's my question.
Because if you got to take this other that's happening.
Okay, so we talk about moves, and then you're like, oh man, chicks with dicks. I think that's too close to your mind. That's your like go to. Like you're like,
Where's this fucking conversation even going? Is this a bunch of drug addicts that like can't stay on topic? Like fucking I don't know, like that young boy ADD, like they got attention deficit disorder all throughout the room. Her too, she don't seem like she's all there. She's on some kind of fucking drugs or something. She's high as shit.
I don't know.
Nobody should even ask her.
Alan, you're right. We need to get an Asian on here immediately. Otherwise, this is going to off a certain way.
BuzzFeed's gonna write an article about our fucking stream. The lack of Asian, no lack of Asian.
We have every ethnicity here besides me.
Wow, it's fucked up how you know they're very racist, and they did this in public, and then once they start trolling my Facebook, and they left all these you know, with fake screen names, they had my picture with, and I'll show you this later.
Yo, my dude,
My picture of me with pink hair calling me a nigger.
And whatever Chris is.
So now when you Google my name, one of the first things that shows up in a search engine is a picture of me with pink hair calling me a nigger. And they think that this kind of stuff's all right to do within their harassment.
And then he just turns the camera off.
Oh, wait, oh, fuck, I'm trying to plug my phone in. All right, so, what I was saying, like, if I sent you a picture to your inbox, I forgot the Grand Richard guy's name.
No one knows what
Wrestling,
anyone is talking about.
Ring pyramid scheme of pedophiles, but yet Patrick Walsh is a wrestler. The guy carrying the sign saying that wrestling is a ring of pedophiles is a wrestler. So does that mean Patrick Walsh is a wrestler? Does that mean guy carrying the sign is a wrestler? I mean, he's a pedophile? Like, are they both pedophiles? Like, they're saying that all wrestlers are pedophiles?
Well, you know what? We actually have
at all.
matches right here. We're gonna take it.
Like, Brian is a wrestler. I know Brian's a fucking pedophile.
Well, they have a match because he has the right to this match, right? That I shot of my husband. He's ready to. He's going to play that for
Brian
you.
Danovich bringing up that Bobby Rydell tried to molest him
I
again.
know he is a
Again,
wrestler,
bring it
and
up.
I know he's not.
The thing is, I
Wrestler.
filmed this match back in 2014 with my camera,
My dude,
okay, with a disc that I bought with my money, and I filmed my husband wrestling this Aaron Bradley, who I shared this with Aaron Bradley, but ECPW Adrenaline TV never used it. So it was only on Aaron Bradley's timeline, and you know, and I had it because I'm the one who shot it. I mean, who do you think shot it? So,
and with him is
just surprising
whatever
that
the
Aaron
fuck his
Bradley
name
did that.
is. Also, the person who was holding the signs up saying that the Brotherhood of Pedophiles at that event a couple months back on this event.
That is my husband.
I regret sharing this
Patrick
with
Walsh.
Aaron Bradley.
So those ones where this is where I get my name from.
I shouldn't have edited out the
Fair,
part where he fell
said
off
wrestling's
the
Brotherhood
friggin'
of
ropes on the
Pedophiles,
entrance.
And I would not trust either one of these men with my children at any time. So
That's sexy, she said.
Watch how he turns the story
I don't know,
into
he's just talking
my
about his
husband's a
skill for a second.
pedophile.
It looks like he took a fucking shit, like ran around the house, threw it on, and put a stick on the top of it, found a random mask and said, "Hey, I look like an asshole clown, so let me call myself Super Bowl."
It's not even a good insult. Like,
That's my boy.
come up with something a little better before you fucking speak. You got the IQ of it, like two.
as we're letting this play through a little bit, I'm going to bring our guest on, patiently waiting for us. The Angel bullshit. Give one moment.
The age of bullshit.
Yeah, I should have left it in there when he fell off the rope. As soon as he entered the ring.
Aaron Bradley fell right down.
The gentleman with no shirt on, this is like his first and second match. That's actually a good friend of mine.
By the way,
No.
if it was a good friend of his, he would know that Aaron Bradley, by this point, had been wrestling for like 2 or 3 years.
And yeah, Super Bowl leading.
She says not ever, like she knows. Like she knows. Or like any of them know. It's hilarious.
And to those watching, that guy, Super Bowl, the one in the weird-ass outfit with NASCAR, he's the one that said that all wrestlers are pedophiles. And as you can see, he's wrestling. So what does that make him?
Pedophile, but I mean, I feel like that I don't know.
Did you hear what this dumb bitch is saying? She could have told you that he was a pedophile by his costume and what he was wearing. She knew right away.
But the best part is before the video starts, he calls him by his real name. He's like, oh, this is Buzzky Blah.
So now they're saying my husband's a pedophile, and got the girl who doesn't know anything to chime in and say she can tell he's a pedophile by the way he's dressed.
Very much so. We get some trouble when Reed West comes in waiting on her. Should say waiting on her just for the center.
They're letting a cunt talk that doesn't know anything about wrestling. And then she wants to call my husband a pedophile because of what he's wearing.
But no, I want somebody. Who's the wrestler person?
Cunt.
Super Pogo.
No, you with the backwards hat. Do you do this? Throw people around?
No, she's talking about the guy in the ring with the little estrogen titties that shares videos that don't belong to him.
Aaron Bradley,
She
what's
wants
your
to
little
fuck
estrogen moves?
everybody in the room this one. Slut.
You knew what they were doing, and still
At the
you
part
gave
I
them
was
the
editing
video,
out,
you
she was
fucking little
talking
cunt.
about how she gets guys from Tinder to perform oral sex on her. So, yeah.
Class act.
Sorry, I'm silent. I'm just
We
fixing
really
my-
want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, the light bulb is right up your balls.
By the way, again, this is my video that I shot with my camera before ever knowing the name of the Infuso. So Aaron Bradley shared this.
I put the camera on so you guys can see it.
I gotta say, Aaron Bradley, you knew what was going on. And for sharing this and helping them out, you are a fucking straight up little cunt.
The family should get the fuck out of here.
You can suck a dick like we probably know you already do. You little fucking cunt.
Oh, hi,
Hi.
And this was before there was no Facebook live stream of this either. My video
Yeah, you know what?
that I shot that was never
I'm not
released
gonna
anywhere.
I am gonna try to get through to something a little later so that they're not
Okay.
just because I don't want them stealing the whole match. Like but they did, you know, I stood there and filmed that shit and people have no right to take shit, but they go ahead and do it, even private video. Let's see where we want to go with this here. I'm trying my hardest to get to a point that
Just crazy conspiracy theories.
might be more relevant of us hearing. I don't want to hear about their fucking conspiracy theories. I really don't. I think I've heard enough of their lies already. I definitely don't want to hear their conspiracy theories. So,
Everything they
keep
say
fast forward.
is like a conspiracy theory. It's like all their theories and opinions.
Allegedly.
That's the big joke going now. Where
At this point, it's just three guys talking. Brent's just they're like
Laughing. Oh, it's okay.
I just came on here to promote a calendar. I walked into this. She's the black priest from That's My Boy. Oh, I gotta deal with this shit now.
That's not the worst.
Fucking right.
That is not the worst I've ever walked in on for live streams where it's like, oh, we're just talking.
This is a whole different girl now that they're going to try to bring into this.
going, what the
From
fuck
a
is
whole
going on?
different show.
For some
This is-
Oh,
reason.
that is the worst.
Yeah, this is funny.
It's probably
I've had 2 times I've walked
reading
into
some
streams where
kind of
they're talking drama. I'm
some
sitting there
drama
going,
this story.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna sit over here now.
They just tried to drag everyone they could
There's
into this.
before we go, and I know everyone's like, "Why? When is this gonna cut off?" Obviously, there's like just a couple, maybe like 15, 20 minutes at most that I want to share with you. This one is a 1 minute long video by Patrick Walsh, aka Super Pogo, aka Chris Banks' idol. The reason why he lives and breathes.
I'm super cold, though. Don't fuck it up.
But this was on his channel, and this is just so fucking random and weird, and I just want to show you guys this because I want you guys to get the kind of mindset.
Just go
I
all
want you
over.
to understand who we're dealing with.
Steal videos all over.
Get his
And
mindset
it's funny, but it's also
that he's stalking my family to
what the
find
fuck?
this much.
Here was the music. I don't know if it's copyright. We're gonna turn the music off and save. But it's just a fucking slideshow of random shit.
Is
Okay,
it?
that's
Random
I
shit.
forgot her name. Rosemary's Baby. Woody Allen's ex. That was her.
What's her name? It's the stupidest,
There's a black guy knowing all the
Fucking
old white
woman.
ladies.
stupidest rumor people I ever heard.
Satanism?
I thought that was
Right.
hair. That was hair.
This is
Random couple.
Random
Charles
Manson.
Manson, of course.
Manson.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, yes. Oh, cult.
The women from Manson's cult.
Yes, I
She's real
see.
proud of herself for
Some
knowing
guy
that.
from the newspaper.
Dracula.
Some
Look out,
He looks like
guy.
something I thought.
Oh, that's fucking
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dahmer, yeah.
Oh my God.
But he looks like. Does he look like Andy Kaufman in that picture?
Did he
almost?
just fucking say Jeffrey Dahmer?
Wait, Dahmer had black hair?
Good Lord.
Why did they have a movie coming out?
You see how they believe their own shit?
He was younger.
Jesus, they say it and then they believe it.
Credence?
Just
Lennon?
because they're all in the same room listening
mom
to
is
each other,
Dahmer.
they say that's Jeffrey Dahmer, and
Yo,
then they all
Professor
believe
X.
it.
Eyebrows, holy shit.
Yeah.
Satanism again. Yes.
And say that because you don't know the person's name?
Fascism, guys. This is what it's all about.
Chat,
It's a-
chat was correcting us. That was not Dahmer.
Who was it?
I don't know, but it wasn't Dahmer.
And they still
Who
don't
was that
know.
chat?
And they still don't know. This is how stupid people are. They just all confirmed amongst each other that, yeah, that's Jeffrey Dahmer. And now someone in the chat told them, no, it's not. After they were all just kissing each other's ass,
It was never sold.
saying it was.
We have to look up to find out who it is, but that's so much work. But like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the mindset of this person. It's like in his mind, he's like, I just act. But like, what the fuck does he say with all this? You know what, guys? Chad, this is your fucking homework. I'm your teacher right now. I want your fucking analysis. Chat
I'm
right now.
Vin Diesel and I'm your teacher.
You don't know how many videos he had to go
I'm
through
gonna
to get
read
to
out
this video on my
How
husband's
about you guys?
YouTube,
Anybody here have any?
which is New World
thoughts
Order
on
at the
that?
time
On
at
what?
YouTube.
On that video?
If you'd like
On
to
that
go see
video,
the
what
videos
is it?
yourself.
It's fucking, it's super cold, though. Rick. Like, that's explain.
It exists.
It exists, yeah. He just wanted to show that he can edit video.
Seeking Origin says, I'm thinking this isn't random. Looks more like death is the connection. I see that, but other than these people, like, first off, Charles Manson wasn't dead, like, when he posted that. This was, like, I think a couple months ago or whatnot. But, like, other than them being dead in general, what's the connection?
Cults. All cults.
But, like, it's like, oh, but he also put the thing fascism in America. It's like, I don't
Listen to
understand.
how obsessed he is. He's
It's
got to
weird.
know.
It's just, he's a very strange guy, and I just don't think that he makes as much sense as he thinks he makes. That's all.
Oh, the one picture we didn't, that we thought was
Or maybe it's just
someone
because
else,
you're stupid.
that was David Berkowitz, son of Sam.
Okay,
Wow. Wow.
problem is that my go-to is always.
What you got? Image reverse search.
I think Dahmer
That's a good
and Dahmer and a couple others are really more well known for
But the thing is,
serial
why
killers
are
go.
you stalking
That's
my
why.
husband's YouTubes and Instagrams? Because that was an Instagram video, I believe. New World Order at the time on Instagram.
Movie about him that
New
apparently
World Order
from
at the time.
everyone who worked on it, they said that the kid
Yeah.
that plays like the
He
young man,
stalked my husband
It
to
was,
get
like,
that video.
really
So
scary how close it was.
I don't know
to the
what he's
point
trying
that
to
when
prove
They stopped filming. They're like, okay, go back to being
with that,
It was like how
except that he's obsessed.
They're like, okay,
And he doesn't know
go back to
history
But I guess that's
of anyone in Hollywood or anywhere.
It does.
It's one of the kids from
And if he wants to know something about something, he won't look up the
See
facts.
why I
He'll
have
just give you his assumptions and opinions.
He can have
Like Jeffrey Dahmer had black hair.
Let's see. Let's take
Until
it here.
Detective G wants to find out otherwise.
If a white family saw a black man coming down their chimney, they're either calling the police or grabbing a gun.
Well, technically, Santa is based off of Saint Nick, and we all know Saint Nick is white. Oh, should I just
And also, Santa drinks milk and cookies. You see the black man drinking no milk?
Guys, don't talk about Santa Claus, because we all know the real Santa Claus is rolling in his grave right now.
Oh shit, I forgot that. Yeah, the real Santa's rolling.
You know what? We should put that in the fucking t-shirt and sell it. The real Santa's rolling in his grave. Like, fucking, I would
Soundbite. That's what we need. Fucking soundbite.
We should. I'm gonna start. I have to send a bunch of sound bites to SoCal for the intro. He was telling me about how fucking awesome it is. I'm sure it is.
So now they plan to make a soundbite video off of my live stream. Yeah.
Absolutely great too. Guys, I also want to mention this is before the Lego movie, so in a lot of ways, the Lego movie kind of ripped this off, and really, this is the foundation for that movie.
You know what? I don't have a
You know how you
fucking clue.
have been this interrogation, man.
And I understand. Well, Miss Owens, you're one of America, and we want the full story.
I don't have
And what should I
the
tell you? Do I have a right to remain silent? Until you can start playing your bullshit games.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where that was going.
That had nothing to do with me, I don't believe.
God damn it!
See, that's totally what you meant, though.
He
That's
loves
totally
Totally
what you meant.
Monkey.
Okay,
That's his pet name.
see why I wrote this number down. I don't know. I'm going through
Saying
this.
Lego do this so
and
he makes money, and
either it comes up right or it doesn't.
I love how my links aren't working. I actually have to copy and paste them.
Bear
$8
with
a
me.
month for his shitty Loot Crate video.
Now
Maybe
he's
it's good
harassing.
that
That's what
I
happened.
had to continue this and break it into two parts.
Patrons.
And annoying. So long and annoying.
The Egyptian Ankh.
Yes, Egyptians
Really
are
good.
alive.
Okay. Can't see the numbers.
Like I called him that. It's like the people in our school calls him Black Larry.
And you just
And all of a sudden that
More racist stuff that probably no one needs to hear.
Dude, this guy named White Brian was so annoying.
wait.
Racist.
What?
refugees.
Oh, right here. Hold on. Wait, now I have to prove.
Here's our lead into some kind of inboxes or private message or something that he thinks he's
Or
going to
listeners
expose.
listening.
Right here.
Or expose
Right here.
some.
Larry. This was today too.
Let's see.
I said, you have other white people? And he goes, you're not white. There you go, right there.
You know Ariel's gonna be mad that you didn't read her message. It's obvious that you ignored it, right?
I ignore a lot of people. Like a lot of black.
Rob Feinstein, I saw his.
Kevin.
LOL, you
Hey,
Tom.
you want to see the Rob Feinstein thing?
Brittany Brown?
Let's look at Rob Feinstein.
I just saw it just popped up.
Why would Brittany Brown be on his inbox? Here we go back to the Rob Feinstein
Messages.
conversation.
Oh, I have to go. It won't come up with the conversation.
It just popped up. It was just right there in the. I'll tell you what.
This is all the people he commiserates with all day to
I'm sure it's still here.
harass
Everybody's gotta find
people.
some.
His
Yeah,
little
we're gonna
gang
respond
stuff.
already. I see that left on the
I'd really like to know what Brittany Brown's doing in there. Hit me up and let me know what that's about.
I'm doing But
I'm sure he's just like,
Because if you use my name like this or anything else in a negative fashion, I will sue you. Just a friendly warning.
Well, that's a cute type. People are very well educated on the law. What is and isn't legal? Can you say the same?
I guess you will find out.
and then he blocks me. And then he fucking blocks me.
And then you were blocked.
why wouldn't he block you?
And he
You're a
blocked
fucking mark.
And over here, this is the conversation I had with you.
Chad is asking
And
if
last-
she's jacking off in the background.
And you see the date,
Well,
November
that's Allie.
20th?
Allie's on your
November
page right now. We
16th.
already know
You
what
see the
she's
date?
doing.
They're trying to talk over it, but do you see that?
The last thing I said to her was, yo, people from the news want to talk to you. That was
And then I showed you the other messages that came from my phone.
Player one says, yo,
Remember
V,
that followed up.
you both
That's-
that. I hope this stream goes down under like the Titanic. There, I filled your monthly quota for insulting you. Player one.
I love Player One. Player One is the kind of troll that you like. Because like he says shit, but he says
So-
funny shit.
We appreciate it.
I am going to let's see. Were there any comments under this? No. There were not.
Yay.
So yeah. And that's the way that went down. So give me a minute while I just fucking close this out because yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. Thank you for joining me here on.
Going to stop that so that then I could go back to my YouTube and it will not turn off on me like I did last time, so that then I could get back to my comment section and see who has joined me this evening before we close this out. I'm so sorry we went so long this evening, but for some reason, the Facebook Live said that the video paused and it was no longer playing, so I did have to start over. So I hope you guys will catch up on the rest of what you did miss. So for episode 16 continued, Billy Jaime has joined us. Michelle Orsiano joined us. Calvin Harrington joined us. Joe Cohen joined us. Sean Rattray joined us. Shannon Rose joined us, and let's see. Going down the list here. Okay. I didn't think that was all. Carmela Panfill has joined us. Christina G joined us. Yay, yay, Christina. And Michael DeMuzio joined us. Thank you for joining, Mike and Carmela and Sean and Christina. And Mark Carlson joined us. Thank you for joining, Mark. Calvin Harrington joined us. Thank you for joining, Calvin. Yes, I was silent for a while because I figured I already did all the talking on the Angel Amoroso Versus account so that I wouldn't have to do as much here. Those shows were done months ago, and if some of you guys would go subscribe, you'd be able to see them before I actually put them out here. So, and the lollipop was cherry, by the way, and it was very good. Billy Real joined. Thanks for joining, Billy. Justin Drysdale joined. Thanks for joining, Justin. I was going to make a lollipop joke, but you don't want to make me angry. I have a pretty good sense of humor and don't get angry that much, so joke away. And let's see, Joe Cohen joined us, of course. Thank you for joining, Joe. And of course, Angel Amoroso Versus joined myself. And yes, that coffee mug is my favorite. I love it, love it, love it. And Michael D. Lashbrook joined us. Thank you for joining, Michael D. And thank you all for joining me on episode 16 of Fuck You, Mick Foley, number 1 and part 2, since Facebook wanted to fuck us over and pause it. So I hope you've all learned a little bit of something from watching that, and I'll be back with more because it never ends. It still continues. So until next time, if you'd like to get in touch with me on any other form of social media, I am on Twitter at Angel Amoroso 1, which there is a lot of interesting things going on today that I'll get to in the next show. Also at Instagram at Angel Amoroso for you, and on YouTube at Angel Amoroso Versus, as we just seen videos on there, and Mermu YouTube and Dirty Dead Doll Productions. Also on Facebook under Angel Walsh, Angel Amoroso Versus, and Angel Amoroso. I also have a fan page on the Angel Amoroso page, a Crazy Cunty Clown Posse, that is of me and Christina J. Polis. If you want to go over there and give that a look, a bunch of different material on there. Also, I have groups, comment of the day, and Wrestling Bitch. If you'd like to join, send a request and take a look at it and maybe approve, maybe not. Who knows? But until the next time, I thank you all for joining me, and I hope you all have a great night and a great life. Let's see. I can click this off now. Give y'all a wink goodbye.